Hi everyone! So, after the other live, we stopped when I was trying to make the little view for the profile. So we'll continue where we left. So all I did between before and now is just I just copy paste some HTML code in my template of profile, and that's basically it. Now we'll try to connect like to get the data from the database, like with my profile. So to do so, I think in my API I already have a route for that. Add user controller probably. I have get the user, yes. So what I should do is to get my user ID, the user ID of the like the guy I'm connected on, and to give it to and to get the user like this. So if I have the controller for that, I should maybe have the root. So user URD get, yes, it's here, and here I need to be gwt controlled. I have this controller here, so I have to check if I'm connected. But this should be okay. Basically, what happens is that when I connect, so here it is, I have in my local storage I have my token and my user. Actually all the data I need are already in this user here, but I will not use it this way because I want maybe to reuse this view with another user ID. So, and I have this token here, so all I have to check is here I should have somewhere, yep, here at the end my ID. So in my profile component here, first of all we'll check on init. We'll try to get user. Okay, let's create a new variable here. User ID equal nothing. Yeah, we'll just put the type string. Okay, now here we'll put this user ID equal local storage dot get item, and here I have user. Actually here it's let user equal this, and here user ID is user dot ID. Okay, let's try like this. I probably have a problem because I probably need to like decode this thing. So let's see what we get here. Fail. Okay, I have a problem. Property ID does not exist of type string. Okay, so this is easy. We just put type any here, and we should be okay. Did it refresh? Nope. But it is type any. Okay, let's already check what is this. Okay, and here. Okay, we have it here. So I have my user, which is correct. Yes, but this is a string as I expected. So I think it is json.parse like this. And now what we'll get, Okay, now here we get this nice JSON things, and I can have my this user ID. Here if I put nothing, what does I get? Equal okay, let's put user again equal that, or I can even click this, put it there and there, and don't need this line. And now I do user dot id, and I can console log this dot user id, and now what do I get? I get my user id. So perfect. So this will be in the case, like for example, yes, we'll do it like this. If this user ID, if I don't have one or yet, I'll put this by default. If I do, probably with an input or something, then I will not use it. So okay, now that I have my user ID, what I would like to have is to have like a service, some kind of service, to connect to my API and get the data with this user ID. So how to do this? At first we'll need a service for that, so let's create it. So S for service, and we put it in users, and that's just square force, we don't need it. So all it does is that it creates the service, and their user, it should at least add user service. Okay, fail. We wanted to have it here. Okay, it's not a problem. So I have my service here. It's fine. Perfect. Now I want to also have it in my app module. So here I have my authentication service. It's okay, but I need to import it. So here we'll have to import user service. So like this. I already have like a auto import plugin, but basically don't forget to put it there. Okay, so I have my user service. It's fine. I'm kind of happy with that. And what now? So now I have my user service. So now I have to create it. I am a bit lazy and I don't want to redo everything from scratch, so I will already have a service for my authentication. So I will just open it, oops, here, and I will kind of copy paste most of the things to have it working. So I will need all this import there. Okay, and I will need at least a constructor here. Okay, so this constructor, what do I have here? I have a HTTP service, and I have the router also, which is also imported from Angular. And the only things you don't have like by default on your project is this API routes. My API routes is just a kind of config, as I like to call it. This is another service that I'm just importing. And in my service here I have basically my app ID, app secret, and I am listing all the routes of my API, for example here. Like here you can see that I have this user URL here, sorry, and this is what we will use in my user service. So now I want to have a function that is just get user, and here all I want is the user ID, which is a string. Okay, and in here what I want to do is to return get request. So return http dot get what fail this dot http get and here I have to put the URL. So this is here I am using API routes, and here user URL, and here plus I have the slash plus the user ID. Then this is a get, so this is all I need, but I still need to pass the headers here, which is this.api routes.headers. Okay, and once I have this, I have to map the response to a JSON object. Response.json, like this. And basically that's it. So what this does is that I am using the HTTP service to get something at this route, and I will just return it with the response in a JSON object. So we can check here, the user URL is here, it's fine, and this header is there. It is constructed with some like for example the basic authorization for the app, and also like content type JSON. I have this all access controller all origin with everything to be able to connect to my API from another domain. And I have also my X-Access token, which is my token I got when I am how to say, when I log in with my user for this JSON Web Token. So I have this. I'm kind of happy with this. So now we have to try to see if it works. So in my profile component, here I have in my constructor to use my user service as a user service. Don't forget to import it there, and it will be fine. So now let's create a new function here. Get user data, for example. Data with here the user ID. Okay, and what I have to do here is to use this user service and get user, for example. Not for example, but this is what I need to do, and here I need to send the user ID. When I have this, I have to subscribe to it to get the response. So now I get the response, and now all I do is just to console log the response, just to see if it works. To be able to have this right now, I need to on ng on init, I have to call this function with this user ID. Now okay, so now when it refresh, I have a problem. Expect value user and imported in app module. Please add blah blah blah. Okay. So where can it be? App module. User service. Users. Yes, is correct. Ah. Yes, it's not in the import, it's in the provider. That's why. Okay. So I have my user ID as before. Okay, these two errors we don't care, it's just images that are not found. But I have my answer. I have an error, token expired, GWT expired, blah 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 blah, failed to authenticate token, and success false. So I got denied. Why? Apparently it's because I got how to say, my JSON token expired. So let's just log out, go back in login. Let's try to log in again. Let's see if this is refreshed. Did it change? I'm not sure. Let's try again. So we start with EYGH. Okay, apparently it didn't. So let's try to remove them and to log in again. Now I don't have them, but if I log in, now I have them. Okay, my token start with the same. Maybe it did refresh before, I don't know. So now we go back in my profile. Okay, and now you can see here that my success is correct. User successfully retrieved, and I have my data and I have everything I need. So it's really nice, it's working. So now we can use them. So in my code, for example, in my profile component, we'll also create here a user, which is any. And here what I can do is to say that if response.success, in that case I can say that this user equal response.data. And now, okay, this I can remove, this also, and now I have my user. And as you can see in the profile component now, I can use it here at the end. I can echo my user as a JSON object, for example. This is my pipe to show it in JSON. And now here I have my JSON object, which is perfect. So now we'll use this data. So for example, okay, here I don't need it. This I don't like it. I will remove it and I will put a div to replace it. And here also. Okay. So image here, I don't like it this way. So we'll use the user.picture. Is it working? Yes, it does. Okay, so we have a little issue with the CSS. This is because I changed the A here, but probably if I add the class text center, probably it will fix it. Let's see. Yes, it did. Okay, so now I'm kind of happy with that. Now I want to change here these things also. I will put user.firstname and also space and user last name. Also, what else? Here, graphic designer. I don't know. What can I put here? Probably nothing. So I will just comment it. This also. Here we'll change to email. And here this will remove. And it will be user email. And this footer, I don't want it. Or maybe I do. Yes, I do. I will just remove and, for example, edit. Oops. And here, edit. Okay. How does it look like? Okay, not really great, let's say. But I basically have my contact or my user things. I don't have any other information, as you could see there. So except the picture. Okay, maybe I can add the create a dots, for example. This can be maybe information somehow interesting. Sorry. So let's try Pierre here, and we'll put what? What did they put here? Just nothing. Okay. So we can write created at and input user dot created at, and we'll put date, and we need a format, and format I don't remember now, but I think this is DDMM y. Not sure about that. Yes, it is. It is. So I have been created on 15 March 2017. Is it correct? Absolutely not. Okay, perfect. So we'll try to Angular for date format. Let's see. As you can see, I already googled that. Okay, so I want year, months. This is big M. This is too big M. Okay, year, only one Y and one big Y. And for the day, it is what? Too little d, which I think is okay. So now I save and I go check. Okay. For some reason the Y didn't work. Ah, this is a small one. My bad. Okay, so now I have the profile. Yes, and it is kind of working. So perfect. Now I can remove this user JSON at the end. Perfect. This I don't really need. Okay, let's do one more thing. It's just because how to say, in this profile, for example, I want to be able to edit it only if I am the user connected with this profile. Like for example, if I will reuse this component later with another plugin or whatever, like another part of the application, for example, if somebody from a project want to see the profile of a user, I don't want him to be able to edit it. So what I will do is to not display this button actually if the guy is not the same. Is not the guy connected. So if it's not my profile, I don't want him to be able to connect. So let's go back in the profile here and we'll make a new variable can edit, for example, which is the type boolean like this. Don't know if the no, it seems okay. And okay, we'll check here the user, and here for example we'll check if this user ID is exactly equal to response data ID, and if this is the case, this can edit equal true. So at first I will just comment it to have it to false, and now I'll go in my template, and here I will, in my ng if, I will in my contact box footer I will put a ng if, oops, ng if I will succeed equal, and here can edit. So if I can edit, I will have this button. If I cannot edit, I will not have this button. So now, because it's false by default, I think, let's put it to false by default here, but anyway, it should be. Oh, okay, and now I want to check. The thing is here, I don't have the footer, so it is fine. This is exactly what I wanted. I cannot edit, but now I will uncomment this line to check if this is correct. And let's see. Now I have the button. So perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. So I will stop for this video because it's already quite long, like this is already 28 minutes at it is on live. So in this video you saw how to connect the Node.js API with the Angular frontend quite easily. So maybe I needed to show you something. So basically this is with this API root service, which is just basically like static variables. Only the header is changing if I am connecting with this x-axis token or not. But otherwise, if you don't have any security on your API, then you don't even need these things. Just the header, like allow control origin with everything, and this application JSON. And basically here I have my URLs, and that's it. And then you have this service, so not authentication service, but user service, which is basically just doing this HTTP GET with the right root, with the slash, because here I needed to specify the user ID. I pass the header there, I map the response to the JSON object, and that's it. I just return this, and in my component I'm using this service here, to use this function get user with the user ID, and then I subscribe to the response. And this is all you need to know. This should work if your API is working as well, of course. If your API, you can use already Postman to make queries. Then all of this on the Angular part, this is all you need to make requests. So I hope you enjoyed this live. There was not much viewers at the moment, but it's fine. You'll see this video on my YouTube channel, and if you need, then you can check it out. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.